What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, once again, we've got the Hellcat loaded up behind us. Today we are headed up to Atco dragway to run the car and see what we can do with it. We're going to be meeting Ripa there so that he can take a look at the car as well, because if you guys seen last week's video, and it did it one other time too, but after a couple passes the coolant starts to get hot and then it'll boil over out of the overflow tank. We did get a new radiator cap for it, and we also put a new thermostat in it, so we're gonna bring it up there and try it and see if that fixes some of our issues. But we figured if he was gonna be at the track rental, it would be a good time to bring the car so that he can see exactly what it's doing. So we're gonna get loaded up here and head out to Atco. As always, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video with the GTO, the Duramax, or the Hellcat. Let's get through the intro and get to the track. Alright guys, so we finally made it out here. It's already like 1:30, so I'm going to try to hurry up and get this thing unloaded and get it to tech so we can get to the lanes. Had a whole bunch of issues with GPS on the way here because the truck is a commercial plate. We couldn't take any of the parkways and it just screwed us up royally. We ended up stuck on little back roads for over an hour, so that sucked. But we are here now. I think Import Revival is this weekend at Atco, so it's super busy. So not sure how many runs we're gonna get. Ripatuned is on his way with a smaller pulley, so we might go ahead and throw that on here and see what we can run with this thing. So let's go ahead and get it off the trailer and get it through tech. All right guys, so we just got through tech. We're putting some fuel in the car real quick. We've got Dylan helping us out today. So we're gonna go ahead, get the car fueled up. I'm gonna set up the GoPros, and then we are gonna head up to the lanes. We're gonna make a pass as it sits without changing the pulley first and go from there. If we can, we'll make another one and we might change the pulley then, but we're just gonna see what happens. So let's get it ready. I gotta change real quick and then we will head up to the lanes. All right guys, we are still waiting to go. They're cleaning up the track or something like that. So we're just sitting here letting the cooler run and getting ready to make our first pass. Alright guys, so here we are getting ready to make our second pass. The first one obviously did not go as planned, and I just turned around and went right back up to the lanes, so I didn't really take a minute to film anything in between these two runs. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the second run.
Thank you.
All right guys, so as you can see, we just loaded up. Both passes were basically a wash. The first one, it stalled after the burnout, and then when I went to leave, it like spun hard, hit the limiter, came back down, spun hard, hit the limiter, and I just had to get out of it. So that was a wasted pass. Then the second one, we tried to roll out a little further to get a little bit more prep on the tires. Really weak burnout on my part. That was my fault. And then when we backed up and made the hit, it spun, and I didn't want to let out of it because I knew we weren't going to have time for another pass today. So I tried to run it out the back, and we only trapped like 153. But after the fact, it started getting hot on the return road once again. So it pushed a little bit of coolant. But Ripa was here, he checked it out. We're gonna bring it back to his shop and drop it off there for a little while, sadly. So let them take a look at it and see what they think we should do next. They're probably gonna throw a water pump on it first and go from there. But since they did the entire build, I would rather let them look it over and dig into it. So we're gonna head down to his shop and get this thing dropped off, probably stop and get some food, and I will check in with you guys here in a little bit. All right guys, so it has been a few days since those last clips, and we are back home, and as you can see, the Hellcat is here with me. We didn't end up dropping this thing off at Ripatune. We took it home with us. They want us to try a few things. They gave us a couple parts to install, so we're gonna go ahead and try those things out and bring it back to the track. We're gonna be headed up to Lebanon Valley once again and try to get this thing into the 8s. That's really what we're shooting for. We're trying to get this thing deep into the 8s, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Hopefully it doesn't overheat again, and hopefully I can get this thing to hook up and also not lift. Last time we definitely would have had our 8 in the previous video, and I lifted because I was going for my licensing runs, so that was a mistake on my part. But this weekend was kind of a total wash. It just didn't go the way that we had planned, which was really kind of frustrating to me. I was super tired. We had drove since super early in the morning that day to get to the track, and they were also throwing an event there that we didn't know about until we got there, so we didn't get nearly as many passes as we would like. Got there super late, and the day just did not work out for us, so we're hoping that the next track outing will go much better than this one did. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video with the GTO, the Duramax, or the Hellcat. Speaking of the GTO, we have got that thing on the street finally. We have made some big progress with that car. We are working on getting the tune dialed in, and then that thing will also be going to the track. We're probably not going to be leaving super hard with that car, as it is a 6-speed and a stock diff and stock transmission car, but we will roll out and see what that thing can mile an hour. We've got a bunch of other fun things that we want to do to that car as well. We're also going to be taking the Hellcat up to Chrysler's at Carlisle this year, so if you guys are going to be there, make sure to stop by and check us out. It will be my first time there, so I'm super excited about that. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you for checking out the video, and we will catch you on the next one.